Welcome back, my friends. My name is Jarl, and I am currently stranded in the hardest blizzard of my life on this high Arctic mountain plateau. The storm gates have closed the road, and I am completely alone in the remote and harsh blizzard-blasted whiteout landscape. The challenge now is, can I escape? Now we're talking! So this is the official road website, and it says now that the road is closed. So I'm sitting here. My van over there. Are my eyes freezing shut? Almost think so. Wow! Let's go inside. I need to hang this in the bathroom. Yeah, this needs to hang in here. In the wet room. It is going on. Right, so this DJI camera. Whew, listen to that. So for my entertainment system and mapping, I now have a Pioneer floating screen with Apple CarPlay wireless, and I think it's a 9-inch screen. I changed that this summer. Really cool little thing to have here. For my exterior lights, I have the switches here. That switches on my exterior lights. In the sitting area, I have swivel chairs. This one is also a swivel chair, but I usually store my skis and some food over here, so I don't really swivel those chairs that much. My batteries that I mentioned, 2 lithium batteries, 2 Scanbat 180 amp hour lithium batteries, and that's at 12 volts, so I have 360 amp hours. You can see them under here. There are two of them under my passenger seat, so it's 360 amp hours. Small inverter here, 600 watts. It doesn't take much power. Then I have the solar charger controller. That's not working in winter because there's no sun. And I got my EcoFlow here that I usually power the Starlink from, and some storage for my computer gear here. And all the way back here I have installed an extra 12 volt outlet that will run from the starter battery. Here are the controls for my van. Got my temperature sensors here, the outside, and it measures the inside as well. And this is the control panel for my heater, the Truma Combi 4. And the Truma Combi 4 can be used on electrical as well, but I rarely do that. And there's a boiler, 10-liter boiler. You can heat water in summer. I don't have water now since it's winter. Here's the temperature basically. And then the old control panel doesn't really work too well with the lithium batteries. You see, lithium batteries usually stay at a higher voltage until it's empty, basically, so it won't be accurate here. But here's the measuring for the water. I think it's 90-liter water tanks and gray water tank. You can turn on and off all the power, and if you use shore power, it'll show here. And this is all connected to a Shout electro block. I don't know much about those electro blocks, but it's got all the distribution of power and all the fuses and everything. Up here there's a storage compartment that I use for my camera gear mostly, and for my drone and all of that. I've added a little bit of foam here. I have a larger sunroof up here in front, and I try to cover that and insulate it a little bit more in winter. There's the blind and the mosquito net if you want to do that. Over here is the passenger window. That's also got like a little bit of thermal insulation and the mosquito net, and it's got a safety mechanism for the heater because the exhaust is right under here. So if you open the window, it'll close down the heater. In my sitting room here, I have like the 2-bench seat here. I have a TV, or it's actually a computer screen. You can pull that out into the area here. And my table for my sitting area can be opened up like this if you want to sit over here or in this seat here, and you can swivel it all the way around. Over here it's my fridge. It runs on batteries, electricity only. I think it's made by Thetford. Yes, it's Thetford fridge and cooler. So got a freezer here and the fridge itself. Passenger side window, same thing. Got a blind with some thermal on the back side and mosquito net. And then you got the stove, the burners, a 2-burner stove, and it's got the sink. Oh, that's dirty, sorry about that. I keep this kind of, because of the coffee grounds and stuff, I just keep a little bowl in here to take the worst of it. So yeah, the faucet and the tap, all of that closes down like this. So that's a propane burner. And there's a little bit of storage behind here with this net, and there's some stuff here. You can hang stuff. I've added this lately. And then you get into the sleeping area, and this is how I've made the sleeping area. It's, you see my thermal insulation cover in the back there. That kind of covers the windows now in winter. So I add a lot of pillows, and my main way of staying warm is my really nice alpaca wool blanket here from Yellowstone. I love that. Now there's these lights here. You can move them around, and same here. Got another window in the back with a thermal curtain and mosquito curtain. The bed can be taken apart and kind of opened up so that you can have a walk-through space here or store a bike or something like that, but I like to have the bed permanently down because it's my happy place, and I kind of curl up in here when I want to rest or just chill. Under here, so this is the kind of the garage storage area back in here. That's where I keep all my stuff that I normally don't use day to day, or outside stuff, or skiing gear, extra clothing, extra food, and there's an extra heating vent here, so this area is always very warm, which is cool because it warms up the bed overhead. You can remove this, this one can be removed, so you have an opening through here. Here's the heating for the gray water tank. Never use that because I don't have water in here at all, and there's a few outlets for when you're connected to shore power. Here's the control panel for the Thetford fridge, which is conveniently located. And then behind my jackets here are 2 USB outlets. I've added a lot of like hooks around here, and here are a few like pre-installed hooks, and I've added a bunch of hooks here by the entrance as well. Bathroom in here, a lot of baby wipes, all my dental gear, soaps, storage, a lot of towels in here, and you know, all the usual stuff, drying socks, and got the Thetford cassette toilet here. Saw the cassette on the outside. It's flushing in summer when I have water in here, but in winter I just flush it with water from here. So it's got the faucet and the tap and shower head that can be mounted up here. So that works really well in summer. Don't use that in winter. There's a heating outlet here. And this sunroof I cover in winter. That's it for the bathroom. I do shower in here in summer a lot. Can't see anything. Of course, storage. There's under the bed, and then there's the big cupboard here. It's got my winter clothes, gloves and stuff in there. Then there's a cupboard, large one above the kitchen area, and then there's 4 of these medium-sized ones in the back where I keep clothing mostly. I bring a lot of clothes in winter, and then the stuff that I'm constantly using is just in the back of the bed here. And then sunroof back here, 100% covered now with this thing here. And my little garden here, my garden of plastic flowers. And lights here, and light bar like this under here. The floor, it's got this kind of look to it. There's lights here. They're not working now. I think they're connected with the same fuse as my outdoor step, and I pull that fuse for winter because I don't want that to get destroyed like last year. Last thing, I think, the heater on the inside here. My Truma Combi 4 heater running on the propane. It's under the seat here, and that's how that looks. Got the ducts going all the way around the van. Basically, there are outlets everywhere. So, a bunch of those. So that's my heater, Truma Combi 4. Been very happy with that. And it's got a huge exhaust going to the outside. A few extra things in here as well. So it's a safety valve for the through my heater for the water, and there's the fuses for if you use shore power, a few on and off switches for the propane. Oh, last thing, storage space here. You can hang stuff up there, and there's emergency like gas, propane, CO2 measurement thing there. So that's the Blizzard Ventor. I'm sorry it's not as clean as it should have been here today, but been a lot to deal with that is not cleaning related lately. So with this weather and everything, it's just no time for a vacuum cleaning, to be honest, because then I have to open the door and it's just, that's no good. What is going on? Gonna turn off the engine and the external lights, I think. Oh, good. Can you hear the sound of that? Turn back on the Starlink. Now I got my 2 main cameras in plastic bags. My microphone. This one has not been used. So my 2 main cameras are in plastic bags. It's kind of something you want to do if you have one of these cameras outside in cold when you take them in. You want to have them in plastic bags so that it kind of prevents moisture or damp to build up inside the cameras. My gloves are in need of some drying in the wet room as well. Ooh, it's nice and warm in here. So here's the reason why the snow is getting more harsh. It's very warm. It's -4. That's very warm for up here. So it's not. The snow is probably turning into frozen ice crystals or something. All right. It is rough now. And it's nearly 2 o'clock, so it's peaking in half an hour, looks like. Can't see anything now. Trying to spot that trash container out there. Maybe you can see it. This window has gotten that layer of ice that I showed you. Snow, rather. Yeah, got peak storm outside now. I don't know what to say. It is right on schedule, really. Let's see if something changed. These weather forecasts, they change all the time. Yeah, it's moving. Wind is peaking in 2 hours now. Should still be rough for a while. Just have to wait it out. Well, can't see much outside. It's pretty much a whiteout, but I guess you can hear it. Pretty interesting weather. It's definitely rougher than it was on the forecast. There's snow flurries hitting the window here, but I don't think it's showing on the camera. Yeah, so going ahead and adding these locations to to my map that I give members and patrons access to. Listen to this. Maybe if I turn on the external stereo lights. No, don't think that made any difference. Unless you kind of film right up there. Not sure if I can get that to focus really. Maybe you can see the snow drift that's building next to my van here. Give us a few more days of that and it would go up to the roof. That was bare ground yesterday. And this window is just covered in snow. Snow dust, I'll call it. I want to take you back a few days, over to the west side of this mountain, to show you a bit of my journey and preparation for these weeks of blizzards, take you into a few stores for gear and supplies, and across the coldest areas the Arctic has to offer, before we try to escape this mess up here. I'm in Alta. Gonna go in and get some propane. So there's the propane, but we drive in and pay into the lumberyard hardware store. We got everything here. It's really nice that you can drive inside like this. I love that. So this is the store I go to wherever I am, if I can help it. So this is Alta, the capital of the real north. So I'm gonna go to Biltema, which is a great store for anything you need for your car or your home. I'm gonna look for some insulation. So I'm trying to get some better insulation on my van basically. And I'm gonna get some motor oil and see if I also can find some of that insulation tape. So electric cars is the thing, even here in the harsh cold of the Arctic. Something I just learned about electric cars in the Arctic is that they don't have the issues with starting that diesel and gas cars have, because they don't have those same components that causes trouble. That's quite a fun little thing. Made a little mistake here. Drove against no driving direction. It's a messy parking lot, no doubt about that. Let's try to find a spot. I'm just gonna make some breakfast or lunch. I didn't have breakfast, so I got woken up by that plow tractor, and I just rushed it to be ready if they wanted me to leave or something, which they did not. They came back several times with the convoys and stuff, but they seem to have an understanding about people doing stuff here. There's a lot of Sami people coming up here. I think they have their reindeer up here, and I think they go fishing and further in here on the big lakes. So I'm doing my muesli. With yogurt, bananas, brown bananas today. Yeah, muesli with, what's this? Passion fruit and peach. That's the same. And old bananas. I have new bananas, but it should be fine. Hope it calms down soon. I have a big love for blizzards. It's one of those things that really makes you feel alive. According to the forecast, we're still 1 hour from peak. I'm super happy I stayed up here. I was considering packing up really fast this morning when the plow truck was here, the plow tractor, but it's kind of cool to stay here. It's so enjoyable. Remote, and despite the weather, it's kind of calm. Nobody else up here. I wonder about those motorcycles in that convoy there. That must be a rough experience. It's not as crazy cold as it was a couple of weeks ago, but with this weather, it's been going off all over the northern parts here. So I got no cell service, but I got my Starlink, and it's perfect. Well, I guess I can officially say that I'm stranded out here now. There's no way to get out of here or get through this road here. It's just completely blown over with snow. Kind of cool to be all by yourself way out here. Any difference with the exterior lights? Well, it's gonna start helping soon. Not yet. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any way to stop this stuff. It's really going off again. Hard. So, don't know what to do about this. I hope I can get out at some point. So now it's coming straight at the side here. And it's building up. No wonder they're closing the road. Wonder if we can see what's going on here. Nope. That's a no-go. This window is closed. I have no intention of going outside now. I changed into dry clothes after that time I spent outside. I was outside nearly 2 hours actually. On and off. Yeah. I'm so glad I have those exterior lights. Without them, I wouldn't have seen anything outside what's going on. Coming straight at my side now, like Star Wars jump to light speed. Now all I'm missing is my wipers going Chewbacca. Roar. Good stuff. Right. It's 3 o'clock and this is movie night tonight. This ongoing snowstorm here, and I'm gonna have an alcohol-free IPA. Cheers, my friends. So let's just watch this. This is just some of the most incredibly beautiful stuff I can think of. We're flying through the galaxy here. So, cheers, my friends. It is coming down. Listen to the wind here. Absolutely wonderful. And I'm so cozy now. I changed into dry clothes. I was wet. And that's because I had forgotten to take I forgotten to close the side of my ski bibs, so I got snow in on my woolen long johns and didn't notice that until I sat down, and then I started feeling cold and I was like, wow, I'm wet, so I changed everything, and now it's just nice and warm and cozy here. So, yeah, so I was gonna see if I forgot about something on my outside van tour. So I changed the starter battery in the van this fall in preparation for this winter. And that's probably the reason why it's been quite easy to start in any conditions, the van. That's the new starter battery, I'm presuming. So, yeah. There's one more thing to note about vehicles bought up here in the north, in the Nordics, Sweden, Finland, and Norway, is that they come already with the necessary fluids, like the coolant and other fluids have lower freezing point than what you get in the rest of Europe and United States and places that don't experience this kind of cold. So we usually never have trouble with our coolant here unless it gets like, yeah, I actually never heard of anyone from Norway who has had trouble with the coolant, but that's because it's already mixed to handle lower temperatures. Same with the diesel. We have polar diesel up here, they call it, and it's good for much lower temperatures. And another thing, no, I do not have an engine preheater, neither a plug-in or a diesel one, and that's been okay for me. Haven't had any trouble getting my van started in any conditions, apart from the first winter when I made a mistake. I had the van started and I turned it off because I didn't recognize the sound that I heard from the engine, and that sound has been identified as the power steering fluid making this kind of sound for the first few seconds. So that was why I turned the engine off again. I shouldn't have done that because I had it started. The snow seems to be picking up. It wasn't supposed to do that around now. It was definitely supposed to be calming down. So what does the forecast say? There's like this sphere around here, so it keeps changing a bit, and I see that like the precipitation is coming in from one side and it's hitting me from the other side. So if I look at the precipitation map, yeah, there's snow now, but it should disappear pretty soon. But there might be some other stuff coming in. Hard to say. Weather can be unpredictable here. Now it's coming from the northwest, and it should turn on northeast in half an hour. Then it should turn completely west at 7, then northeast, and then it's gonna go all southeast by 11 tonight. I should probably have been outside filming this, but I got a little bit of a chill in me, so I'm gonna stay indoors, I think. quite as bad as it was earlier, but it's there's more snow in this, I think. Not quite sure, but yeah, it just won't stop. When the forecast said it should stop, kind of weird. Here's the road. It is impassable. Yeah, it's definitely not as bad any longer. This would be some hard stuff to dig through, but it's not as deep as I feared. Actually got the moon up there, so should probably stop pretty soon now. Oh, it's so nice here in the shade. Got some good insulation there. Be able to see out this window as well. That went fast. That is just 10 minutes later since the last thing I showed you, and it just stopped and the sky turned clear right away. That's the most abrupt end of a storm I've ever seen, I think. Can't even feel any wind really. Well, that's the end of that, I guess. Wonder how long it's gonna take till we see the first convoy or plow truck. Good stuff. Already here. That was fast. I guess it started before the storm actually stopped. It's my favorite people in Norway. Plow truck drivers. Looks like it's coming in here. That was quick fix for me. Looks like it's turning around. Oh no. Probably just out checking. Okay, it's back. Meaning that I can probably get out now without problems. Good morning. Here's how it looks after the storm is gone. A clear, beautiful day here. Pretty nice. Gonna go outside now and switch my propane bottles because that just emptied. And that's perfect timing because I'm leaving in an hour probably. Let's go outside and take a look. Yeah. So they came in here and opened up. As you can see, the snow has basically just created this drift here. And they opened the driveway. What a beautiful place. Up here on Ifjordfjellet. Look at the colors here. I've been out here walking like 3-4 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago maybe. I walked all the way as far as you can see out there. It's a beautiful area. Yeah, so should be easy to get out of here. If my van starts. See about that back door. It's -11, -12 now. So this stuff here is probably, yeah, that could be a problem area. Never had that frozen so solid before. Yeah, this is the back side. They don't need to see my license plate. That's a private thing. Let's see if we can get in here. It's a frozen world in the back here. Water is good. Not frozen. Always happy when I have the bottle that's empty in the front. Makes it much easier to swap. There we are. Done. Don't think we're gonna see any mild weather anytime soon, so it is lovely here. The Arctic North. It's amazing. Never seen this before. Windows stayed clean because the wind was hitting that. I think we're good. Snow and ice in the back wheel here, but we'll try it. These are the new White Walker wheels.